Hi, folks. This is Greg Peters of Mountain View Chevrolet, and this is a taste of Mountain View. Today, we got something special for you. We are heading into one of my favorite spots. I've been coming here for probably 30 years. It is JoJo's Catfish Wharf. So we're going to go in here, see what they got in the world of hush puppies. Always starts everything off, and I hope they got some possum pie.
Let's see.
Let's go. All right, here we are at JoJo's Catfish Wharf, Taste of Mountain View. So appreciate y'all coming along for this ride. And here we have three of my favorite people. One of my most favorite people is right across the table from me here, Mary Beth, who is my fellow creeker and creek neighbor. She literally lives across the creek from me and often babysits my dog, Bocephus, who would probably rather live with her. And then we've got JoJo right here, and we've also got Mike, who is actually being quiet for a change and kind of throwing me off. This guy is probably tighter than anybody you could ever deal with when negotiating on trucks or horses. So, but anyway, JoJo, tell us a little bit about how long y'all been here, how this all got started, and what are the specialties?
Okay. Well, we've been here 29 years. And my mother and dad actually built the restaurant for some other people, and we bought their business, and we've just carried on. We like to feed people, and we're really proud of what we have.
And Mike, so do you like to eat? Is that kind of why you hang out around here?
I love to eat, as you can very well tell. And I usually show up at least at lunch and at supper time, both every day.
I would too. I totally would. And I don't know if y'all know, but so, like, you know how when you go to most Mexican restaurants, they bring out chips and salsa first thing? When you come to JoJo's, they bring out these hush puppies. And I could not make you understand how amazing these things are. The only downside is by the time you get your meal, you're normally already full on these if you're like me when it comes to hush puppies. Mary Beth, so how long have you worked down here, and what's your association exactly?
Well, I've worked here 28 years. JoJo is my first cousin, and she kind of wrote me in by having me fill in for someone back in '96 while the girl went to Girls State. And then I thought I was done, and she said, oh no, she's now going to governor's school. And she got back, I said, okay, I'm done. She said, no, you're not. 28 years later, I'm still here.
Well, there you go. So now you have it. So I do got to ask one thing. I know I've seen the pictures. One thing is that y'all have more outhouse racing toilet seat trophies than probably any three people in Mountain View. Another thing is, I saw the picture, and I've seen pictures, the legendary singer-songwriter, musician John Prine actually would come down here and stay and eat at the restaurant and sometimes play music here. Is that right?
He sure would. He loved my mom and dad. My mom and dad loved him. When he first started coming, we only had about 4 rooms. And he'd sit on those back porches and write music and sing. And, oh, they just fell in love with him.
That's really, really cool. And then I remember you were telling me a story about a message he had sent you or something after your mother had passed away. Do you mind telling us that?
I'll tell you.
All right.
He actually called me the day of her funeral, and I missed his call. And then I heard this message, and he said, oh, JoJo, I just want to let you know I'm so sorry to hear about Mary Hale. And he said, I would be there with you today, but I've had a new knee. My knee's up in the air, covered with ice. And he said, but I just want you to know that I'm with you in spirit.
And that's
so special.
That's amazing. So he's really just a super kind soul.
He sure was. And super good friends with Mary Beth. I've got pictures of them when they were real young.
That's what I hear. She had told me, and Dean back there, her outlaw boyfriend, had told me that when I got to meet him to not talk about music if I really wanted to have a conversation with John Prine to talk about fishing. Isn't that what you said?
That's right. John loved to fish. That's what he came for.
And Mary Beth actually has a picture of John down there fishing right across the creek from our cabin, which I think is super, super cool. JoJo, it's been wonderful. The food was amazing. Now I need a nap. Thank y'all for being on a Taste of Mountain View. And what do you got to say before we go?
Hey, I want to thank y'all so much for coming to JoJo's. We've just had a great time today, but you know what? I hear the fish are biting. Let's go.
Let's
catch
go.
one.
Sounds good. I got you.